Okay, so one thing to keep in mind, and what I'm seeing here for this part is gonna be the stock setup of the actual material that we're cutting off. Um, that might be problematic because we don't have a very clear stock setup for that. So let's go ahead and define that. Right now, what we see when I go to the verifier is a default thing set up on for the mastercams. We didn't mess with that. I didn't show that. So when we hit play here, so it leaves definitely all of this material. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close that. I'm gonna go and define our stock setup. And the part is 3 inches by 3 inches. I believe it said it was a 1/4 inch. So I'm gonna go define that. I'm gonna go double look at that again, just to in the verifier, just to make sure that it looks better. So that's 3 by 3 if it's the program that we have on that stock setup. So now the only 4 little sections we have to worry about, it's those ones right there. And I'm thinking out loud. I'm gonna go and analyze the distance from here to this edge right here. It's saying it's 1/8 of an inch, 125 thou. So boom. What I'm thinking to do for it is go back to toolpaths. Contour again. I'm going to try this and see what happens. I'm going to select this outer box now. Call that contour. Same tool, cut parameter. But instead of being to the right or to the left, I'm going to go down to the center right here under the cut parameters. I'm going to turn this computer. I'm going to turn it off. So it's going to be right in the center. So I'm only going to cut since being that it's a 1/2 inch end mill, it's going to cut 250 on each side, and let's see what that does. So I verify that. It looks like it's starting on the inside. So I'm going to have to change that parameters, go to the left. Oh, it's on the outside. Regen it. Double check that. See what it does to the stock. 125, 120. All right, so that's going to cut too much material. As I can see right now. So instead of using a 1/2 inch tool, I'm going to use a 1/4 inch tool, instead of it being a 1/2 inch, which is 500 thou, I'm going to go half of that, which is 1/4 inch, 1/4 end mill. I'm going to keep everything the same. I'm going to call it tool 2. Then keep this the same way because it's the same wireframe. Regen it. Okay. Hopefully this will take care of that for that little outer part. All right, so that goes right up to the edge of it. Only other thing I'm going to check is going to be on the linking parameters, that the absolute 1 inch, 100, 100, 0. Go to a depth of, I think it was 125, the last one. So I'm going to hit that. Regen it. Now I'm going to select control, select both of these, or if I select this arrow, selects both of them. I'm going to go back to the verifier to see if that takes care of that little notch. That's the first op, and there went the second op, which we can see that it did without messing the integrity of the part or the features of it. I guess realistically, it might have a little bit of chatter because we're rerunning that same little edges because it's a 1/4 inch tool. The distance from the outermost edge to here is 125. So that tool is running right along these edges. But for this lesson, for this exercise, I think that'll suffice for you, what you guys need to do. Change the color so you can see it again. I'm gonna go back, slow it down a little bit. Play, goes one way, and the next one goes and removes that remainder of it. So without much ruining the part. So that should solve that problem. Same thing, we're gonna turn on the coolant, etc. So I'm gonna stop there.